Deep within the heart of mankind, there is an awareness that something is broken and wrong. That from the pain that life brings, the breaking down of our bodies, from sickness, disease, even all the way to heartbreak, to the defilement that can sometimes come from being violated or even from the one that violates. All in all, we know that there's just something broken in this backward world. Something's not right. Something constantly tells us deep within inside of us this is not how the way things should be. But the Bible's word for this is called sin. God ultimately created the world for himself, and he created us humans as image bearers of God, ultimately for himself. And what has happened is that we have taken our lives in our own hands, and rather than using our energy and our strength and our might to worship God and honor him, we have taken our lives and we've used them for ourselves, for our own glory. And this ultimately has brought a belittling to God himself. And it's this belittlement to God that has ultimately brought about God's just wrath, his judgment against sin. And this is ultimately what had happened on the cross. This is what the death of Jesus was all about. Jesus subjected himself to the humiliation of this life, to the hands of angry men who ultimately crucified him and mocked him and tortured him, and ultimately to the wrath of God, and finally to the cold grave. God judged his holy, spotless Son for those who ultimately deserved it. Jesus truly died for us. The fact that Jesus rose again from the grave, back to life, is evidence to the fact that God's ultimate goal for the universe was not judgment, but rather life. And this is ultimately what we celebrate. This is what the resurrection is all about. That Jesus both voluntarily and vicariously, meaning for us, went to the cross, suffered, died, buried, rose again, and ascended into heaven, back to the right hand of God for us. This is what today's all about.